a safety issue because I've never just hooked up with someone that I met on an app. As in, I've never just gone over to their house. I've never invited them over to my house. I've always met them first. But so many women, it sounds like, just go to your house and hook up. At least one. At least one. And I mean, I still remember living with 3 guys, and they were bored one Sunday afternoon, so they decided that they wanted to just go on Tinder and swipe right until they found girls to come over and sleep with them. Yeah. And each of them had a girl come over and sleep with them that afternoon, and I was shocked. And they're like, we're definitely going to be able to do this, and I'm just sitting there like, how is this happening right now? How is this possible? There have to be prostitutes. No one would just come over on a random Sunday afternoon. How do they not have plans? What were they thinking? I mean, I just have so many, I just want to sit them down and give them a talk. This is not safe. Please don't do this in the future. It's cool that you want to have sex, but no, bad. And then hit them with newspaper or something. I don't know what you do as a parent. I would discipline them.
But I think as Tinder has kind of progressed, it's become an awful lot more like the idea of Grindr for straight people, because I think straight people have like got to this point now where like sexuality has become this thing where people are way more comfortable with it, and it's not this, you know, people aren't looking for like, you know, the one or like dating or something. Like they're literally, you know, girls and guys are just as horny as each other, and they're just being like, let's just meet up and just fuck, because realistically, if in reality, you probably wouldn't even be the person that I would actually want to be with. So the only thing I want from you is actually sex. And then I'm actually a person that is like, I don't want a relationship, but I still need to get my hole. So I need you to do that for me. Because like, we've all just become these like biological structures to help each other masturbate ourselves. You know, like what's like, it's all it is. It's like, we're literally just like rubbing up against each other, orgasming and being like, thank you, and then like leaving.
We definitely need to get that on a t-shirt.
Isn't that what sex is?
I'm a biological structure. Masturbate. We're just biological structures masturbating ourselves
on each other.
On each other. Is that it? Like,
yeah.
Wow. I guess. But I think that's great, because I think when our parents were our age, or even a generation above, it was still so like difficult to talk about sex, and people wouldn't do it. Even with my parents, I still don't really talk about it with them, and it's all very hush hush and quiet. So I think it's a great thing that people becoming more sexually liberated. Well, this is kind of why we started the podcast, right? So I think it's like a natural consequence of it. And I think it's cool.
No, definitely. It's a nice kind of progression, especially I think for like for girls as well, that they actually have this kind of like freedom to actually have now an expression of their sexuality, because it was so suppressed for so long. And then for gay men as well, it is, as I think there is kind of a scary kind of side to it, because it is very, you know, like you're just going and meeting like random people off like a random site, but it's still like nice that people are allowed to all express their sexualities and like do what they want to do with their body, and like no matter what is the cost or whatever, as long as they have the secure what do you call it, the security of their own identities, that they can like separate themselves from their sexuality and just enjoy it, you know.
Yeah. And on the safety thing, as more people do it, I think more normal people will do it, and therefore it will become safer. Whereas, I understand your safety point, Sam, as you should be going around to people's houses, but if most people are acting like that, most people are fine.
If most people jump off of a bridge, would you jump off of a bridge, Adam?
But if most people are inviting you around to their house and not killing you and just having good times and sex with you, would you do that? Like,
yeah. You weren't killing me 10 years ago. Like, come on.
But I think as well, when you think about it, it's like if you sent me your address on an app, and then I was on that app, and then somebody traced my phone, and then they would find the address to kind of way. like it's kind of like and then you would be seen and stuff. So even when it comes, unless you're like getting in somebody's car being driven somewhere, it's kind of, you know, like you can take like a precaution to make sure that like there, you know, like this person can be kind of safe in a sense. Like there's different ways where you can make sure that like, you know, you kind of have like make sure that it's somewhere that's like kind of like more like kind of public. You're not going into a car, you're not like walking into like, because like a lot of gay guys would go into like forests and like you know, they do like a lot of like outdoor activities, like the whole way that like gay men used to act back in like the 90s and stuff, and like in the 80s when it was still illegal to be gay. A lot of them still do it because it's like a fetish now. It's like, you know, like they love this kind of like quick. That's when kind of it gets a bit unsafe, because you're out the middle of nowhere, and then anyone could, like a gay basher, a homophobe, like any sort of like behavior could happen then. But if you're like on like a dating app, and you're going over to somebody's house and you're like, your phone records your movements, that's actually safer than just like not telling anyone where you're going, not actually arranging what to happen before it happens. So it actually is kind of safer now doing it this way through dating apps than it was when we were doing it back in the 80s and just like meeting people in like public toilets or like forests, or, you know, that's when things got a bit like, you know, sketchy.
No, that makes total sense. I didn't really think about it that way. But
No.
yeah, it really does. Our phones are really kind of saving our lives and getting our rocks off at the same time.
Yeah. Thank you, phones.
Yeah. But yeah, they're pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.